guys, what's going on? Eagle here, bringing you some Zenoverse. This game just came out today, and I was pretty psyched for it after the abomination that Capcom had with its previous gen DBZ games, because the storylines were absolutely terrible, and for me, that's definitely a selling point when I buy these games, because it is definitely one of my favorite animes. And this one is shaping up to be a whole hell of a lot better, just from playing the first, I don't know, half hour-ish. Right now, we're in the midst of doing some tutorial questing kind of stuff. They did, in this one, they introduced, you can create your own character with, I believe, was it 5 races? You can do Namekian, human, Saiyan, and the Frieza race. That's only 4, but anyways, you can create your own guy, customize all your stuff, and they introduced a leveling system, customize your gear, which you could do in the last ones, also move lists, which you could also do in the last one, but it's definitely shaping up to be a lot better than the previous generations. So you can go to Kami's Lookout, Wasteland, which I would assume would be a different quest, and we'll just go to Wasteland. Too bad I can't target it. Oh well. Alright, it wants us to do Kami's Lookout. And where's Kami's Lookout? Alright. I'll target it and go. Playing this game, which it doesn't tell you to do, is you have to target the other shit first. To go through these portals, you must target them and press. I made the mistake of a new mistake, trying to go through them without it. So, trying to show you guys a mission here, but
hey!
It wants me to find an item, of course. I could say that's an item. Great, fantastic. Great. Let's just pick up a few items, I guess. See trunks here.
Hey!
Okay, I found like 3 fucking items, so it wants me to find them all. Fantastic. Yeah, this is definitely more of a not MMO-esque, I guess. Let's go to Wasteland. It's definitely more of an open world than some of the other games were, for sure.
Hey!
Okay, sure. I'm sure there's enemies up here. Target it, go through. And hopefully this will start the quest so I can show you guys a quest. Alright. Of course, no quests, but...
Hey! Alright, so here you'll see I'm fighting a Cyberman at the beginning of this quest here. This quest is part of like a side story kind of thing. It's not directly correlated to the main storyline, which you get to do a few of in the beginning of the game. As you can see, the fighting style is relatively the same to previous generations. besides the 2D ones, of course, in the beginning of the PS2 era when they came out with Tenkaichi and things like that. I think they, what did they? I think they transferred over to when they did Budokai Tenkaichi to this style format of fighting. But if you're wondering why my voice got suddenly like wicked louder, it's because the PlayStation for some reason does not want to pick up my voice over the volume of the game. So the game is just so loud, and compared to my voice when I'm trying to say something, you can barely even hear me. So I had to do voice narration in my movie maker here. So that's why the sound of my voice suddenly got like ginormously loud in compared to what it was before. If anybody has any like suggestions on how to change the volume output of the game in comparison to your voice on the PS4, please let me know in the comment section below, because I could not find anything in regards to it, how to change all that stuff. But as you can see here, continuing with the quest, final boss kind of ish is Raditz, and obviously you have to kill him or defeat him, whatever you want to call it. But when I got a feel for the game, you know, it pretty much, you know, the flow is pretty good. I don't know, to me the graphics compared to last gen look, I mean, not immensely improved. They're relatively, I wouldn't say the same, I guess, but I mean, to me, because I guess my eyes are fucking shot, but they look relatively the same. Obviously, you know, here and there things are going to look a little bit better in this generation, but overall, you know, the backgrounds to the previous games looked generally the same. Here you'll see I'll be closing up the quests, skipping over, you know, you get ranked and you get some items to equip and things like that in the menu. And here as well, the sound of the game is just overwhelming the sound of my voice. But you'll see here I finished the quest. You go back to the main town. I didn't really get to the part where I can continue on the main story quests, like the one I had done previously would be Raditz, and with the first part of the Saiyan Saga. But I couldn't find a way yet to do the Vegeta part, or the Nappa and Vegeta part of the Saiyan Saga. And here I'm just running back to see if I can show you guys a one of the main story quests. And I happen to fail, as you'll see in a couple of seconds. As you guys can see, that was a huge epic fail. When going into that time portal thingy, it cuts off all video recording enable things, so it just failed hardcore, and it just cut off my videos in like mid-sentence. But good thing I went back to revise it, because it doesn't even matter because you can't even hear the sound of my voice. So anyways, regardless of the fail or not fail, even though it was an epic fail, here I am just wandering around town, still trying to figure out how to get into that main story quest line, as I continue to fail to do so. So I decided to, instead of trying to spend 45 minutes trying to figure out how to get it and just running around town, and I'm sure that's not what you guys want to see. You guys want to see some fighting. So I decided to just do another parallel quest and just call it at that, and then bring you another episode when I figure everything out, instead of you watching me run around for 45 minutes with no fighting, having to find the way into it. But here you can see I'm doing a tag team quest. I don't have the, as you can see, I don't have that many characters unlocked because I can't find out how to do the next missions. Anyways, I ended up going with my custom character Goku and Raditz as my team, and I believe we fight Tien, Yamcha, and one other person. Oh, Krillin. Okay. See how much I remember that. But this is just, the regular, World Championship 3v3 kind of stuff. And this is pretty interesting because I don't believe that this was in any of the other games that you can do like a tag team match. I could be wrong, but from what I remember, there was no such thing that you can do a tag team match of this caliber in the previous generation of games, as I burp. But yeah, just some more fighting. Doing these quests yields you items. I believe I do get some kind of armor piece, if you want to call it that. I believe it's the Piccolo one. We'll see at the end of this tag team match, which is unusually long, because after this, as you'll see after this, after we defeat the three guys, Piccolo comes out and has just an absurdly large amount of health, and just takes like 5 minutes for me to kill him. And I'm in desperate need of changing my special, because I think the only person it actually successfully hits through the 3 times that I do use it throughout this video is Piccolo, and I think that's because one of my other guys was like making him stand in one place or something like that, which is kind of ridiculous, but definitely in the market to change my special because it's awful. And I mean, at the beginning of the game, you do get to select what kind of fighter you want to be, whether it be I think it's like a brawler, like a guy that stands back and shoots key balls, or however you want to call it. And I think there's one more selection. I just don't remember exactly what it is. But I chose to be the brawler, getting up in people's faces and kicking them to death. So I guess maybe that's why they chose that specific special for me at the beginning of the game, because I chose to be a in-your-face puncher, and I guess that's all they expect you to do, and not hit a single key shot when you use the special. But as you can see here, like I said before, Piccolo just has an absurd amount of health, and yeah, he is against 3 people. That I do understand, but I don't know. I feel that they could have made his health a little bit less, so I didn't spend 5 minutes kicking his face in and feel like I'm not getting anywhere. But most of the time, or throughout this little fight sequence, nope, that was the, let's see, nope, that was the 3rd time I actually used it, and then I think I used it one more time, and it actually hits him like 17 times or something like that. But as I was saying, he just has just an absurd amount of health, and he just shouldn't have that much health, even if he's fighting against 3 people. But I was impressed with, going along with what I was saying before, I am impressed with the combat system. I do like it that they kept it this way. They definitely could have gone another route. Which route, I'm not sure, but I'm sure they get creative and probably could have think of something else. But I do like this style of combat rather than the 2D stuff. Obviously, next gen console, you would think that they would keep this, but I mean, every company is full of surprises, and they could have just said, oh hey, here's some 2D, have some of this. As you can see, I used my other special there, which is god awful. All it does is hop behind the opponent. It definitely, I mean, it has its uses. Here's the one where I hit him like 17 times. But it definitely has its uses, but for me, who's a noob and can't figure out how to do shit, it's utterly useless, because I ended up I end up flipping behind them, and they end up hitting me in the back because I don't turn around fast enough because I'm an idiot. But as you can see here, I do get the item, the Piccolo cape, and a couple of new moves that I can use in my arsenal. I think one of them was Solar Flare. I don't remember what the other ones were. But nothing to replace that giant key blast wave or whatever it was. So I'll definitely be looking, as I said, be looking to replace that. And this is probably just me explaining to you that you can customize your outfits. I put the Piccolo cape on. Looks like it does give you some different stats and things like that. And you can fully customize what you have on. I'm sure they give you all kinds of cool looking equipment so you can just mix and match. And then there's the move list. You can customize all your moves. And I don't know if I show a leveling system here. I probably do, more than likely. I think I show it after this. Let's get done me trying to explain stuff. Yeah, I think I show the leveling system after this. There's a bunch of different things you can level. Me being the up close and personal fighter type, I end up doing my max health before I do anything else. I think I do. Let's see. I do max health, key, and I think key blast supers. I believe, or oh no, I do stamina. My bad. And key blast supers. But that's a definitely cool thing that they added into the game as well. And I'll probably keep doing this narration thing above the game sound because it's just god awful. And I will be back with you with another episode doing the main quest storyline. I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you for tuning in.